Hi, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Mary.
Welcome
Welcome
to
to
Gozo.
Gozo. We're American expats. We live on the tiny island of Gozo in the Mediterranean archipelago of Malta. We're travel writers, photographers, and hotel scouts. And we've been scouting the Mediterranean looking for that next great little village, city, or country that'll be a great destination for retirement.
We're proud to be contributors to international living.
And international living gets lots of questions from folks like you looking for answers to the various destinations featured on their website and in the magazine. So, with that, we're going to answer some questions that you sent in. Kevin, people want to know what's it really like to live as an expat in Malta?
Well, we love it. We're living our retirement dream here. We don't worry about the cost of living is very, very low. It's a very safe place to live. We're living our dream, as I said. We're able to travel at will to anywhere in Europe for a very, very reasonable price. It's just an ideal place for us to live.
Also, English is widely spoken.
Ah, very good point. Mary, is Malta a good place to live?
Well, as you just said, we love it. We think it's a good place for English speaking expats because, as I said, English is widely spoken here. In fact, it is officially one of the two languages this country uses. All government business is done in English, and that really makes it easy
Yeah.
when you come to getting that all important visa or residency permit. So, Kevin, oh, let's talk budget. What is a reasonable range for an expat to live conveniently in Malta?
You can live very comfortably for $2,000 to $2,500 a month. That is $2,000 to $2,500 a month. It depends on your lifestyle, but that's a very livable budget. What are the best towns or villages to live in on Malta or Gozo?
We think Nadur, where we live, is the very best village on Gozo and in all of Malta. But it really depends on your lifestyle and how you like to live. If you want a quiet agrarian lifestyle, live on Gozo. Find a village that suits you here. Victoria is large. It has a population of about 7,000. We're one of the larger villages with a population of about 3,000. If you like a more active urban lifestyle with things buzzy and going all the time, Malta would be a better location for you. And there are villages where the expats live primarily are San Julian's and what's the other one? St. Paul's Bay.
And yes, St. Paul's Bay. I think that would cover it.
Yep. So a lot of people want to know, Kevin, how to get an residency, get a visa. How do they come and live here legally?
Well, the first thing you want to do is go to Identia Malta. That would be Identity Malta. If you type that in, you'll be able to find it. And then look for the visa or residency permit that best fits what you want to do. Mary, is English spoken in Malta?
English is spoken by almost everyone. You'll meet very if you meet someone who doesn't speak English, they're probably not from this country. But yes, there are two official languages here. One is English, the other is Maltese. Maltese is not the simplest language to learn. Oh, there goes one of the truck vendors. uh, English is not or Maltese isn't the easiest thing to learn,
No.
but it's always helpful if you learn a few words in the language of any country you're moving to. Kevin, how much does rent cost in different parts of Malta?
Well, it varies, but here on Gozo, you can find a 900 square foot apartment for anywhere between $400 and $1,200. It depends on the age of the building. It depends on the amenities you want, whether you want a sea view, which we're lucky enough to have. Uh, Various factors. How new is the apartment building or the flats, or is it a farmhouse? So, $400 to $1,200 a month is very doable. Now, if you want to live on Malta, you should add about 25% to that, and that would cover it. Mary, what's the healthcare system like in Malta?
The healthcare here is excellent. In fact, the World Health Organization recently ranked Malta as number 5 in the world. Uh, there are there's a state health care program where citizens are can access, and all health care and prescriptions are free. There's also private health care that you would pay for it. Now, as a resident, most all residents are required to have private health care insurance. We do, and it's low cost compared to our insurance in the US. It costs just about what our Medicare did for both of us, and it also pays 100%. It reimburses you. Not only that, what you're actually paying is very low cost. So we're getting better medical care here than we did in the US, and it costs us very little. So, Kevin, do you think that is Malta safe for residents and also for solo expats?
It's very, very safe. Malta is has one of the lowest crime rates, if not the lowest, in Europe. Uh, about the only thing you might hear crime wise is pickpockets in the tourist areas. That would be Valletta or Pachyville or San Julian's over on Malta. Uh, Crime is people here on Gozo still. It's an old tradition, but sometimes you'll go buy flats or houses and the keys in the door. I mean, it's just a crime free. Uh, we love it. Safety was a big concern for us moving, of course, and we couldn't imagine living in a safer place. So, Mary, are there specific visa programs for retirees and digital nomads?
Yes, there are. There are, I think, about 5 different types of visas or permits. It's the same term means the same, um, depending on what works for you. We're digital nomads, and that is one of the easier and uh, faster, should say less expensive permits.
Yeah.
But there are visas for retirees, for people who want to work, for people who want to go to school. And you can even become a citizen here if you have that sort of income to do so. Kevin, can foreigners buy property here in Malta?
Yes, anyone could buy property if you have the means. Uh, and prices vary again on Malta and Gozo, but yes, anyone could buy property.
Mhm.
How do you think Malta compares to other European countries as far as the cost of living?
I think it's kind of in the middle. You can find some places that are less, and there's a whole lot that are more. The cost of living in Malta on Gozo, where we live, is about 40%, or excuse me, 50% less than the U.S. And on Malta, the Big Island, it's about 40% less. So there are places where cost of living in Europe is pretty much close to what the US is, and there's places that it's a lot less. So, what's the weather like here year round?
Gosh, let's see. We have 300 days of sunshine, which is rather nice. The weather, the only hot months are right now, July and August. It got up to the low 90s a couple of days so far this year. but right now it's a wonderful 78 degrees.
Mhm.
So the weather here is ideal. The ocean temperature right now, I believe, is 80 degrees. So
Mhm.
if you want to swim, it's perfect for that.
So we have hot, dry, warm, dry summers and wet, cool winters. But you're not going to need a coat. And you definitely don't need a snow shovel in the winter.
That's for sure. Is there a thriving expat community in Malta?
uh,
Is it easy to meet these people?
oh, yeah. If definitely you want to meet locals and expats, but expats can be really helpful when you're getting settled and trying to figure things out. Locals are too, but there are a couple of Facebook groups. If you go to Facebook and look for Americans in Malta, and there's one called Expats in Malta, I
Yes.
think. And join those groups, and you'll see the connection there. A lot of these different groups have, get-togethers, meet and greets, and that's a great thing to do when you're first here because, that initial anxiety is a little more shared with with the expats. There's also clubs, uh, things for hobbies, skills, learning the language. So there's a lot of support. Also, we find the locals are extremely
Yes.
supportive and helpful. All you got to do is ask, where's the best place to buy a hammer or, certain kind of groceries, that sort of thing. So a lot of support.
Yes.
Kevin, do you need a car in Malta
One
or
word.
Gozo?
One word answer. No.
No.
uh, the public transportation here is great, uh, and you can get. I believe it's $26 now. But even before you come, you can order your cart, and then transportation is free. That includes the big ferry going across the channel to Malta
Mhm.
and back here to Gozo. We find it very.
Buses, don't forget.
Oh, well, yeah, the buses, which we take all the time. Now, if you do decide to live in Malta, you might want a car, but here's the catch: they drive on the left here. So if you're like us and you've driven for 60 years in America, on the right, it might be a little difficult for you, but we find there's no need for a car.
Yeah, definitely. Also, not only do they drive on the left, but most cars are right-hand drive.
Yeah.
And especially on Gozo, there are no highways at all. And
No.
there's one wide road that goes from Victoria to the harbor where the ferry is. But most are very, very narrow streets and they wind and turn through the villages and blind corners and they're blocked by construction and buses and it's nuts.
And about all the vehicles here are stick shifts.
Oh, yes.
So now you're shifting
With
with
you.
your left hand. So, in a nutshell, no, you
It's
don't need a car.
it's challenging.
Mary, is this a good base for remote and digital
Oh,
nomads?
it's fantastic. Which we are digital nomads, which means that we have an income that comes to us from outside the US, or excuse me, outside of Malta, and is not a pension. So we have a business in California that provides the required amount of income. But other than that, we have a strong 5G network here. So
Wow.
you've got, and it's very, very reliable. There are, uh, if you're a digital nomad and you're traveling as we do quite a bit, you're in an ideal location for that. And I think that it's a very good place. So for digital nomad. Oh, what's the next question here? What do you think are the most common challenges expats face in Malta or Gozo?
Well, number one would probably be leaving family and friends. However, in this modern day world, we don't find that to be a problem. They kind of want to come here and see where we've gone off to. Uh, the other thing is missing certain foods. In our case, it's missing Mexican
Mexican.
food.
Yes.
Uh, they use the metric system here. They're on the euro here. But of course, if you have a mobile phone, you can switch or you can learn it. It's not that hard. So, and driving. Other than that, I would say that the biggest thing is family and friends. And, with WhatsApp and Messenger, you don't miss them. We actually talk to them more now than we did when we lived in
A lot
California,
more, actually. Yeah. So, and I mean, it's not the same as a hug, but you're still able to catch up and see how people are doing. And,
Yeah.
you know,
So we don't find it to be a problem. Mary, what should you know before you move here?
okay, I'm going to read some of this. You need to know what kind of visa or residency permit you qualify for. So do your research. Go to Identity Malta and read it and figure out what you want and what you qualify for. So remember, these things change frequently, and they're doing so all over Europe
Yeah.
as more and more people are deciding they want to live in Europe. Um, know exactly where you want to live. That at least for the first year. By that I mean what village. We had made several trips here before actually moving. So we were able to go and check out all the different villages and see what kind of amenities were there, and what the transportation was like, that sort of thing. So for example, where we are, we're at a crossroads of the bus system. So it's much. We walk 3 minutes to the first bus stop that we can get on. So you figure that out. What's right for you? Do you want to be where there's we have a village square. That's like the living room of the village where people get together and socialize, and all kinds of events go on there,
Yeah.
concerts and car shows and craft fairs, food festivals, that sort of thing. If you're more interested in a quiet, sort of on your own thing, then check out the villages, the small ones. But anyway, know where you're going to live before you come. What's your sustainable budget? Biggie. It's so easy to be distracted from your budget by a realtor showing you a penthouse apartment that's twice the rent you want.
Right.
Know what your budget is, really think about it and do the research. Find out what you can expect to pay a month for groceries, for utilities, for rent. Decide what kind of place you want to live in. We created a must have and must not have list. We wanted a sea view, we wanted a big kitchen. We did not want to live in a building where there were smokers or
Yeah.
children. We love kids,
We
but
love
you
kids.
know, a little quiet. So know what your budget is, and again, do the research. You can find out a lot about the rentals online. For Gozo, there's one called Gozo long-term rent, something like that. And you find the same thing for Malta. You can also go to realtors, real estate websites and see what their income is or inventory is. Um, Something else, it's not America. It's going to be different.
True.
And if you come here with the expectation that it's going to be just like America, don't. It's not. And that's the beauty of it. It's nothing like America.
It's true.
uh, Also, have a plan B. You get here, it just doesn't work out. It turns out it's not for you. Think about a plan B. Our plan B was that we would give it 1 year before we made any kind of life changing decisions in the US, selling the property or whatever it might be. In our case, it was that and closing a business.
How many years ago was that?
3.
3.
So, what, decide how long you're going to be realistic. You may not like it here. It's you fall in love the minute you get here. I can guarantee you everyone does. But day-to-day life may not be for you. So have a plan B. And I think those are really uh,
I think that covers
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I mean, the best way to reach us, if you want to send us a private marriage, is marriage.
Message.
No,
We have a
we
private
already have
marriage.
that. At any rate, send us a private messages to our Facebook page. Excuse me, Mary and Kevin Travel. Uh, and you get more information there actually and see various things about the island, about travel. Uh, Definitely keep reading International Living.
Mhm.
It's a great source to give you ideas of not only Gozo and Malta, but all over Europe and the world. And we're happy to answer some of these questions, and we appreciate the questions, and we appreciate International Living allowing us to come into your living rooms and answer those.
Hope we help.
Hope we see you in Gozo.
Bye bye.
Ciao.